There's a reason you're here right now. And this probably isn't the first time you've tried to stop watching porn. But the good news is, we're doing something completely different. No shame, no judgment. We don't even need to know who you are. Never see your face, never know your name. Completely anonymous.
You try to quit, you think you're free, and then late at night, something comes along and pulls you right back in.
You finish, and then it hits. The deep feelings of sickness, disappointment, shame, guilt, like something just died a little bit inside of you.
And if you're being completely honest with yourself, you don't even like it anymore. What you want is to become free, powerful, and honestly love who you are as a person again.
But the worst part is, you might even start to believe that this is just who you are. You'll sabotage your relationships, stop taking care of yourself, your health and fitness. You'll stop performing well at work because deep down you feel like you don't deserve to win.
It's what we call the identity collapse. It's what happens when the addiction doesn't just become something you do, it becomes something you believe you are. But that voice, that version of you beforehand, he's not dead. He's waiting for you to come back.
And the fear of being found out keeps you stuck in that constant state of anxiety, having thoughts in your head like, if people really knew who I was, they'd leave me.
So you hide, or you fantasize about disappearing, or starting life over. But the fact is, you don't have to start over. You just need to take one honest step forward with yourself.
And that's exactly why we've created the Return Unseen.
It's a private, confidential system that helps men break free from porn without having to show their face, share their name. We won't even know who you are.
You don't have to admit anything. You don't have to be perfect. All you have to do is try a new path that works. And we're here to hold your hand every step of the way. You've probably tried numerous times over the years to quit this addiction. The only reason it hasn't worked so far is because you've tried outdated methods. There's new science and technology that have come out to actually rewire your brain chemistry to make things that used to feel hard now feel effortless. And I want to take you through that process so that quitting porn becomes as easy as breathing. I'm serious. See, there's these things in your brain called anchors or associations, which basically just means that when you get certain stimulus, you act a certain way, right? It triggers an emotional response, and those emotions trigger your actions. And so all I want to do is change or remap, rewire those anchors so that it triggers a different emotional response. It doesn't take discipline. It doesn't require phone blockers, internet browser filters, right? None of that stuff is important. What's important is that we solve the issue, which is your belief systems, these anchors that are causing you to feel a certain way and then act a certain way, these emotional triggers. If we can trigger a different emotion, we can trigger a different action, and it will feel effortless, automatic, right? If you can understand why you do what you do now, we can reverse engineer that, install new anchors, new belief systems, and new triggers so that quitting porn feels easy. And the best part is this is unlike anything you've ever done before. Not just because the frameworks are brand new, cutting edge, and they work really well, but because we've found a way to remove the hardest part in getting started, right? You know deep down you want to quit. You've tried before, but it's embarrassing, right? I know, I've been there. And so we've completely removed that obstacle for you through this anonymous framework. We don't even know who you are. We don't know your name. We never see your face. We don't even know your credit card number. Our payment processor is completely anonymous. So this is literally the safest container you've ever been offered. Porn is not actually the problem. Porn has been the solution to your problem. Now, it's not a good solution, but it's been your solution. It's been a loyal soldier to you. It's helped you cope through life's challenges. But as we both know, that coping mechanism isn't helpful anymore. It doesn't serve you. In fact, it's now making things worse. You're slacking at work. You are self-sabotaging your relationships. You've stopped taking care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and you've just tried to numb out the pain. That Band-Aid points to a deeper issue. Look, and I get it. That might sound too good to be true, too simple. That's only because you haven't experienced it yet. We're here to help you every step of the way. And I just want you to know that we're going to take the very best care of you. It's really important to us that you feel safe, secure, and that you have every single thing you need to finally put this bad habit in the past, put it behind you, and move on with your life. And we know you can. It's not just possible. If you follow this framework, it's inevitable. Just imagine how much easier and peaceful life would be without the constant anxiety of worrying about being found out. Imagine how much better you'd perform at work. Imagine how freeing it would be to know that you control your life, not your addiction. You can have that. You deserve that. Imagine really stepping into your power and showing up for your family, your wife and kids, your friends, your coworkers, really showing up for them the way that you want to, the way that you know you can, the way that you deserve and the way that they deserve. And we can help you get that. And if that seems so far out there that quitting porn can be easy, it's just because that's not your experience right now. That's not your program, right? But think about a bad habit that someone else might have, right? That isn't even an issue for you, right? You can kind of wrap your mind around that. Well, that's what we want to do for you with porn. We want to make it so it's not even something you even think about anymore. You don't associate it with your identity. Now, I want you to consider for a moment what that might be worth to you, right? This identity that we've talked about, this life where you don't have to hide, you don't have to worry about being found out, no stress, no guilt, no shame, just a life of joy and fulfillment and peace. But we wanted to remove every single barrier and make it as easy as possible for you to finally get the help that you need. The first barrier we've removed is, again, this is completely anonymous. I promise we don't even know who it is that we're helping. Even in our group coaching, we don't know who you are. We've created a system where you can come anonymously. With our self-led program, it's just self-led. We have no idea who buys it, who gets this information, but we know that it's good information that it will help you. The second barrier is, I've spent a long time studying how to change people's behavior and how to make really hard things feel easy. And we're pretty good at it. We've done it for a while now with 100% success rate. And so what we've done is we've taken all of the information, the frameworks that I use with my personal clients, and put it into a course, a self-led course, so that you can go through at your own pace and get the results on your terms, on your timing. Now, to work with me one-on-one, I've charged upwards of $30,000. And we're not going to charge anywhere near that. We're not even going to charge half of that, a third of that. It's literally a fraction of that. It's just $997 total for everything. And we're going to hold your hand the whole way. If you do need support, you can message us and we'll be there to help you. We've got your back. You deserve it.